My heart, for the longest time, felt like it was under construction, but instead of building a beautiful mansion, it was more like building the Great Wall of China. It was long, it was hard, and you could probably see the damage from space. I was heartbroken for what felt like a century. Every morning, I would wake up and the first thing I'd feel was this heavy weight in my chest, like an elephant decided to use my heart as its personal beanbag chair. I tried everything to get over it. I traveled, I shopped, until my credit card screamed for mercy, and I even tried to learn how to bake. The result was a burnt cake and an even more burnt-out heart. It was a dark, dramatic, and very expensive period of my life. The pain was a constant companion, like a shadow I couldn't shake off. It followed me to work, to dinner with friends, and even into my dreams. I would be hosting at showtime, making thousands of people laugh, but deep inside I felt like the saddest clown in the circus. I would put on this big, bright smile, but my eyes told a different story. They were like the sad part of a telenovela, always on the verge of a dramatic, tearful scene. People would tell me, time heals all wounds, but my wound felt like it needed more than time. It needed a miracle, or maybe just a really good plastic surgeon for the soul. I was stuck in a loop of replaying old memories and asking myself, where did I go wrong? I became a professional at pretending I was okay. I was the queen of I'm fine, even when my world was crumbling. My friends would see right through it, of course. They would drag me out, force-feed me ice cream, and make me watch funny movies, but the sadness was stubborn. It was like a stain that wouldn't come out, no matter how much you scrubbed. I remember one time, I was in Paris, standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, the most romantic spot in the world, and all I could think about was how much I missed someone who wasn't there. It was pathetic, I know. I was turning the city of love into the city of oh my god, I'm so alone. This prolonged state of heartbreak made me question everything about love. I started to think that maybe love wasn't for me. Maybe my destiny was to be the funny single friend who gives great relationship advice but can't follow it herself. It felt like I was cursed. Every song on the radio was about love. Every movie was a rom-com, and it was all just a painful reminder of what I didn't have. I built my walls so high, thinking they would protect me. But in reality, I just trapped myself inside, with my own sadness. It was a lonely fortress, and I was both the prisoner and the guard, waiting for a rescue that I didn't even believe was possible anymore. People always ask me, Vice, how many boyfriends have you had? It's a question I used to dread, but now I find it funny. It's like asking how many pairs of shoes I own. The number is high, and I've lost count of some of the older ones. So, one day, I decided to do a proper census. I sat down with a pen and a very large piece of paper, like I was preparing for a board exam. I listed them all down, from my first puppy love in elementary school who stole my pencil, to the more serious, heart-shattering relationships of my adult life. I had to categorize them, the flings, the almost, the what was I thinking, and the official, change my relationship status on Facebook exes. The final tally was, well, let's just say it was a significant number. It was more than the number of awards I've won, and I have a lot of awards. I counted 42. Yes, 42. Don't judge me. Each one was a chapter in my life. Some were short stories, like a summer fling that was hot and fast. Others were novels, long and complicated with plot twists I never saw coming. Calculating this number was a journey in itself. I had to dig deep into my memory bank, scrolling through old photos, rereading old messages, and cringing at my past self. There was basketball player number 1, the dancer who couldn't commit, and the businessman who was too busy for love. It was a walk down a very crowded memory lane. Looking at that list, I didn't feel sad, I felt educated. Each name represented a lesson. One taught me patience. Another taught me that I shouldn't date someone who wears more makeup than I do. One taught me the importance of communication, and another taught me that love isn't always enough. These 42 exes were my unofficial university of love, and I graduated with a PhD in heartbreak and survival. It's like, I've been through so many different types of relationships that I now know exactly what I want, and more importantly, what I absolutely do not want. It's a very specific list, believe me. So now, when someone asks about my exes, I just smile. That number 42 isn't a sign of failure. It's a testament to my resilience. It shows that I have a heart that is willing to love, to get broken, and to love again. It's a heart that has been through a lot of battles but is still beating strong. Each of those 42 relationships prepared me for the person I am today. They were the training ground for the love life I have now. They were the auditions, and honey, I've finally found the main cast for my life's blockbuster movie. And this time, I'm the director. the producer, and the star. For the longest time, I believed in the fairy tale. You know the one, you meet the one, you fall in love, you get married, and you live happily ever after. Monogamy was presented as the only option, the gold standard of relationships. I tried it, believe me, I really did. I poured all my love, attention, and energy into one person, hoping they would be my forever. But it always ended the same way, with a broken heart and a pint of cookies and cream ice cream. I started to think, maybe the problem isn't me. Maybe the problem is the system. Maybe monogamy is like a pair of shoes that looks beautiful but doesn't fit my feet. My experience with monogamy was like trying to put all my eggs in one basket, and then watching that basket get dropped from a 10-story building. It was devastating. The pressure to be everything for one person, and for them to be everything for you, is immense. It's unrealistic. I am a complex person. I am a comedian, an entrepreneur, a friend, a family member. I have so much love to give, and sometimes one person just isn't equipped to receive it all. And I also need different things from different people. One person can't be my intellectual partner, my adventure buddy, my emotional support, and my fashion consultant all at the same time. That's not a boyfriend. That's a superhero. I even had a bigamous blunder, as I call it. It wasn't intentional, of course. It was a messy situation where I was emotionally involved with two people at the same time. I felt so guilty, like I was the villain in my own life story. I was trying to choose, trying to fit myself back into the monogamous box. But my heart was torn. It was a stressful, drama-filled time, but it also opened my eyes. I realized that my capacity to love wasn't limited to just one person. The problem wasn't my feelings, it was the secret and the dishonesty that the situation forced upon me. It was a light bulb moment. What if I could love more than one person but with honesty and transparency? That's when I started to question the whole concept of monogamy. Why is it the default? Who made this rule? It works for some people, and that's beautiful. I have friends who are happily monogamous, and I celebrate their love. But it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. For me, it felt restrictive, like a cage. I decided I didn't want to be in a cage anymore, no matter how golden it was. I wanted to be free. I wanted to explore other ways of loving and connecting with people. I was done with the myth of the one. I was ready to embrace the reality of the many. And that decision changed my life forever. My most recent breakup was different. In the past, a breakup would send me into a spiral of sadness that lasted for months, sometimes even years. I would hibernate, listen to sad songs on repeat, and analyze every single detail of the relationship. But this time, I gave myself a deadline. I created the Weisganda 3-month rule. It's very simple. You have exactly 3 months to be sad. You can cry, you can eat all the chocolate you want, you can watch sad movies, you can write angry poems. You have 90 days to wallow in your misery. But on day 91, you get up, you put on your best outfit, you wear your highest heels, and you move on. No extensions, no excuses. The first month was the hardest, of course. It was the crying and ice cream phase. I allowed myself to feel all the pain. I didn't suppress it. I let the tears flow like a broken faucet. I talked to my friends. I vented. I screamed into a pillow. It's important to acknowledge the pain. You can't just skip it, you have to go through it. But knowing I had a deadline made it different. It wasn't an endless pit of despair. It was a temporary state. I was like a patient in recovery, following a strict treatment plan. The goal was not to forget the person, but to accept that the chapter was over. The second month was the analysis and acceptance phase. This is where I looked back at the relationship, not with regret, but with a critical eye. What were the red flags I ignored? What did I learn from this experience? It was less about why did he leave me, and more about what can I do better next time. This phase is crucial because it turns pain into a lesson. Instead of feeling like a victim, I felt like a student. I was learning more about myself, my needs, and my boundaries. It was a period of self-reflection and growth. I started to feel stronger, more in control. The sadness was still there, but it was no longer overwhelming. By the third month, I was in the rebuilding and relaunching phase. I started focusing on myself again. I went to the gym. I started new projects. I reconnected with friends I had neglected. I was slowly rebuilding my life, piece by piece. And because I was already in multiple relationships, I had a strong support system. My other partners were there for me, not to replace the person I lost, but to remind me that I was still loved and valued. On day 91, I woke up and the heavy weight was gone. I felt light. I felt free. The 3-month rule worked. It's my gift to the brokenhearted. It's a structured way to heal, a reminder that your life doesn't end when a relationship does. It's just the start of a new, and often better, chapter. So, what does my life look like now? Picture a circus performer, gracefully juggling multiple objects. That's me. But instead of balls or flaming torches, I'm juggling boyfriends. And honey, I'm the main attraction. My life is a beautiful, chaotic, and incredibly fulfilling juggling act. I currently have several partners, and each one brings something unique and wonderful into my life. There's the intellectual one I can talk to about politics and philosophy for hours. There's the adventurous one, who pushes me to try new things, like hiking or trying exotic foods. And then there's the sweet romantic one, who surprises me with flowers and writes me poems. It's like having a team of boyfriends, each with their own special skill. People think it must be exhausting, but it's actually the opposite. It's energizing. In my past monogamous relationships, I would put so much pressure on one person to be my everything. Now, that pressure is distributed. I don't need one man to be my best friend, my lover, my therapist, and my travel buddy. I have a whole support system. If I'm feeling sad, I can call the one who is best at comforting me. If I want to go dancing, I call the one who loves to party. It allows each person to be themselves, to shine in the areas where they are strongest. It's a much healthier dynamic, for me and for them. Of course, honesty is the glue that holds this all together. Everyone knows about everyone. There are no secrets, no lies, no cheating. It's an open book policy. We have a group chat, can you believe it? Sometimes they make plans without me. They'll go play basketball or watch a movie together. It's hilarious. They've become friends. This level of transparency is non-negotiable. It's the foundation of everything. It requires a lot of communication, maturity, and trust. We talk about everything, our feelings, our schedules, our boundaries. It's like a business meeting but with more love and less PowerPoint presentations. This lifestyle has made me a better communicator and a more compassionate person. I have to be constantly aware of not just my own feelings, but the feelings of multiple people. I've learned to listen more, to be more patient, and to express my needs clearly and kindly. It's not about collecting people. It's about building meaningful, honest connections. It's about creating a family, a love tribe that is based on freedom, respect, and a whole lot of love. It's my modern family and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's complicated, yes, but the best things in life usually are. The first question everyone asks is, but what about jealousy? It's a valid question. Jealousy is a natural human emotion, but we treat it not as a problem, but as a signal. It's like, a check engine light in a car. When it turns on, it doesn't mean the car is broken. It just means you need to look under the hood and see what's going on. When someone feels jealous, it's usually a sign of an unmet need or an insecurity. So instead of getting angry or defensive, we talk about it. We ask questions. What are you feeling? What do you need right now? How can I make you feel more secure? We created what I call the no jealousy zone, but it's not a place where jealousy is forbidden. It's a space where jealousy is addressed with compassion and understanding. For example, if one of my partners feels left out because I spent the weekend with someone else, we talk about it. Maybe he needs more quality time with me. So, we schedule a special date night, just the two of us. It's all about communication and reassurance. It's about reminding each other that loving someone else doesn't mean you love them any less. My heart isn't a pie that gets smaller with each slice. It's more like a candle. Lighting another candle doesn't diminish its flame. It just creates more light. Another key to managing jealousy is to cultivate a strong sense of self-worth. My partners are not with me because they are my only option. They are with me because they choose to be, and I am with them because I choose to be. We are all whole, complete individuals on our own. We don't need each other to feel validated. We are together because we enhance each other's lives. This mindset is crucial. When you are secure in yourself and in your relationship, there is less room for jealousy to grow. We focus on what we have, not on what we might be losing to someone else. Of course, it's not always perfect. We are human. There are moments of insecurity and misunderstanding, but the difference is how we handle it. There is no drama, no silent treatment, no passive-aggressive behavior. We have a rule. If you have a problem, you have to voice it within 24 hours. We don't let things fester. We deal with it head-on, with honesty and respect. It requires a lot of emotional maturity from everyone involved. This lifestyle's not for everyone. But for us, it works. We have built a system based on trust and open communication, and that is stronger than any feeling of jealousy. I can say with 100% certainty that I will never go back to a monogamous relationship. It's not because I think monogamy is bad, it's just that I have tasted a different kind of freedom, a different kind of love, and I can't untaste it. Going back to a one-on-one relationship would feel like going from a colorful, vibrant buffet to a single plain dish. It might be a good dish, but I love the variety. I love the different flavors, the different textures, the different experiences. Why would I limit myself to just one when I can have a feast? It just doesn't make sense for me anymore. The idea of committing my entire self to one person for the rest of my life now feels suffocating. It's too much pressure for me and for them. I've seen so many monogamous relationships where people lose themselves. They stop seeing their friends. They give up their hobbies. They merge into one person. I don't want that. I want to be my own person. And I want my partners to be their own people. Our lives intersect. They overlap, but they don't consume each other. We support each other's growth and independence. In a way, our polyamorous relationship encourages more freedom and individuality than any monogamous relationship I've ever been in. My past experiences have shown me that placing all your happiness in one person is a recipe for disaster. What happens if that person leaves? Your whole world collapses. I've been there, and I'm not going back. Now my happiness is diversified. It's not dependent on one single source. I have a network of love and support. If I have a disagreement with one partner, I have others to talk to lean on. It makes the relationship dynamics much more stable and resilient. It's like having a safety net, a very big, very handsome safety net. This lifestyle has taught me that love is not a finite resource. It's abundant. It's expansive. The more you give, the more you have. I used to be so scared of heartbreak, so scared of being alone. But now I'm not. I know that even if one relationship ends, I am still surrounded by love. I'm not alone. The number one is no longer the loneliest number for me. It's just a number. My number is bigger, and my heart is fuller. I have found a way of loving that celebrates abundance instead of scarcity. And that has made all the difference. My philosophy on love has completely changed. I used to believe in the less is more principle. Find that one special person, focus all your energy on them, but my life experience has proven the opposite to be true for me. My new mantra is more is more. More love, more connection, more support, more joy. Why would I want less of a good thing? My heart has an infinite capacity to love, so why should I restrict it? Embracing polyamory, or what I like to call my happy harem, has been the most liberating experience of my life. It's not about being greedy, it's about being generous with my heart. This new love equation works because it's built on a foundation of radical honesty and communication. In my old relationships, so much was left unsaid. There were assumptions, expectations, and silent resentments. Now everything is out in the open. We talk about our feelings, our boundaries, our desires. It's like we are all co-authors of our relationship story, and everyone gets a say in how the plot develops. This level of communication is intense, but it's also incredibly intimate. I feel more seen and understood in my multiple relationships than I ever did in a monogamous one. This lifestyle has also helped me heal from my past heartbreaks. The constant flow of love and affection from my partners is like a soothing balm for my old wounds. It has rebuilt my trust in love and in people. It has shown me that it is possible to be loved deeply and completely, not just by one person, but by several. Each of my partners loves me for different reasons, and together, they love all of me. The funny me, the serious me, the insecure me, the confident me. It's a holistic kind of love that leaves no part of me behind. It's the ultimate validation. So, when people look at my life and see chaos, I see a beautiful tapestry. Each thread is a different person, a different connection, and together, they create a rich and colorful picture. It's a life filled with an abundance of love, laughter, and support. It's not the conventional fairy tale, that's for sure. It's my own version of happily ever after. And in my story, the princess doesn't just get one prince, she gets a whole royal court, because in my kingdom, more is definitely more. In the end, everyone just wants to be happy. We are all searching for our own version of happily ever after. For a long time, I thought my happiness was tied to finding the one. I chased that dream relentlessly, and all it got me was a collection of battle scars on my heart. Now, I realize that happiness isn't a destination you arrive at with one person. It's a state of being that you cultivate within yourself, and with the community you choose to build around you. My happiness is no longer a solo project, it's a group effort, and my team is amazing. This lifestyle is my way of coping with the inevitability of heartbreak. It doesn't make me immune to pain. When a relationship ends, it still hurts. But the pain is different now. It's not a devastating blow that shatters my entire world. It's a crack, not a complete collapse. I have a support system in place to catch me, to hold me, and to remind me that I am still loved. It's like having emotional insurance. The risk is spread out, so the potential loss is never total. This security gives me the courage to love freely and fearlessly, without holding back. My view on love is now more expansive. Love is not just a romantic partnership. It's friendship, it's community, it's family. My partners are my lovers, but they are also my best friends. We are building a life together, not just as couples, but as a collective. We share our joys, our struggles, and our dreams. It's a love that is flexible, resilient, and unconditional. It's not confined to a rigid set of rules or expectations. It's a love that breathes, that grows, and that adapts. It's a living, evolving thing, and it's beautiful. So this is my confession. I am a heartbroken person who found healing not in less, but in more. I am a polyamorous, and I am happier than I have ever been. My life may not look like a traditional love story, but it's my story, and it's a happy one. It's a story of resilience, of self-discovery, and of redefining what it means to love and be loved. My heart is no longer under construction. It's open for business, and happy hour is 24/7. And everyone who treats it with kindness and respect is welcome.